Love Beyond the Door, a Love and Us Halloween story. The house on Waverly Hill had always stood apart from the rest, perched above the sleepy town, framed by trees that whispered when the wind passed through. People said it was haunted, but Emily Carter didn't believe in ghosts. At least, not yet. When she first saw it, she wasn't looking for history. She was looking for distance, from her breakup, from her job, from the version of herself that no longer fit. The real estate agent called it a fixer-upper with character. It had character, all right. Peeling wallpaper, a cracked staircase, and a door in the upstairs hall that refused to open. Emily ran her fingers over the faded paint, tracing the outline of the doorframe. Locked from the other side, the agent had said. But there wasn't another side. Still, she smiled. Perfect, she whispered. A little mystery never hurt anyone. Her first night in the house was quiet. Too quiet. The rain tapped softly against the windows. She brewed tea, unpacked a few boxes, and set her easel near the fireplace. Painting had always calmed her. Shapes, shadows, colors. Things she could control when the rest of life felt like static. She fell asleep on the couch that night, brush still in hand, candle burning low. At 2:17 a.m., a sound woke her. 3 soft knocks. Knock, knock, knock. Her eyes darted toward the staircase. The sound came again, from upstairs. She hesitated, heart pounding. It's just the wind, she whispered. But the wind didn't knock 3 times. She climbed the stairs slowly, flashlight trembling in her hand. The hall was dark, silent, except for that door. The one that wouldn't open. She leaned in. Hello. No response. Then, faintly, so faint she thought she imagined it, came a voice. I'm sorry. Her breath caught. Who's there? Nothing. Just rain. She exhaled shakily and backed away. You're tired, Emily, she muttered. Hallucinating. Probably the pipes. She didn't sleep again that night. By morning, the town had already heard she'd moved in. That was how Maplewood worked. Everyone knew everyone. The first visitor was Mrs. Hensley, the florist from Main Street. She arrived with a basket of chrysanthemums and a smile that seemed too wide for her wrinkled face. I thought you could use some color, she said. That old Hale house can feel heavy. Emily blinked. Hale house. The woman nodded. Matthew Hale built it for his fiancée back in the 1920s. Poor thing, she never made it to the wedding. They say he waited for her right up until... She stopped herself, glancing toward the stairs. Until what? Emily asked. Mrs. Hensley sighed. Until he didn't have to wait anymore. That night, Emily unpacked her record player. Old jazz filled the living room, warm and crackling. She painted until her eyelids grew heavy. But just as she reached for her cup of tea, there it was again. 3 soft knocks. She froze. This time, she didn't move toward the stairs. Instead, she whispered, if someone's there, say something. Silence. Then, the candle flickered. I didn't mean to frighten you, said a voice. Her brush clattered to the floor. Who's there? I used to live here, the voice said, low and calm. My name is Matthew. She turned. And there he was. Not a phantom, not a shadow. Just a man. Tall, dark hair, eyes like autumn rain. His figure shimmered faintly in the candlelight, but he smiled softly, as if the years hadn't taken everything from him. Emily's pulse raced. This isn't real, she breathed. Maybe not, he said gently. But you see me anyway. In the days that followed, he came and went like a memory. Sometimes at dusk, sometimes when she painted. He would stand by the window, watching her quietly. His presence filled the room with calm, not fear. You're not trapped, are you? she asked once. He smiled faintly. I was. Until you moved in. Why me? Because you opened the door. But I didn't. He nodded toward her heart. Not that one. Their conversations became her favorite part of the day. He told her about the past, the sound of horse-drawn carriages on cobblestones, his mother's rose garden, the gramophone he used to fix when it broke. She told him about the world he'd missed, cell phones, espresso machines, people who stared at screens more than sunsets. Sometimes, they'd just sit in silence, listening to the rain. I think you were meant to come here, he said one night. To finish something. Finish what? My story. On Halloween morning, the town buzzed with excitement. Children in costumes, orange lights strung across porches, laughter spilling down the streets. Emily decorated the house, candles in every window, a bowl of candy on the porch, and a single lantern by the upstairs door. When night fell, she felt a warmth fill the hall, familiar now, almost comforting. Matthew appeared by the lantern, smiling. You made it look beautiful again, he said softly. It deserves to be seen, she replied. You do, too. He stepped closer. Emily, tonight's the last night I can be here. Her heart stung. Why? Because you've done what no one else could. You remembered me. That's all I ever needed. Tears welled in her eyes. Then stay. He shook his head. I can't. Not here. But maybe, somewhere beyond the door. The wind grew gentle, the candlelight steady. He reached out his hand. She hesitated, then took it. It was warm, real, alive. For a heartbeat, the world felt suspended. She saw glimpses, a wedding dress, a letter unsent, a life unfinished. And then, peace. His voice broke through the stillness. You gave me back my ending, Emily. Her tears fell freely now. And you gave me back my beginning. The door creaked open for the first time since she'd moved in. Beyond it, light, soft and golden, like sunrise after endless rain. He smiled one last time. Goodbye, Emily. Goodbye, Matthew. He stepped through. The light faded. The door closed gently on its own. Days turned into weeks. The house no longer felt empty. It felt alive. Emily painted more than ever. Her gallery submissions sold instantly. People said her portraits had souls, light behind the eyes, love between the strokes. But the one painting she never sold was of a man by a half-open door, candlelight spilling over his smile. Every Halloween, she lights a candle for him, not out of grief, but gratitude. Because love, she learned, isn't always bound by life or death. Sometimes, it's the echo that lingers, just beyond the door. Love and us, every love has its own kind of magic. Some stay, some move on, but the truest ones never really leave. You've been listening to Love and Us. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that remind us that love always finds a way.
Before we begin, take a breath. Look outside your window. See how the city glows tonight, every light tinted a little warmer, like it's holding its breath for something beautiful to happen. You're listening to Love and Us, where hearts find their way, even when the world feels a little too big. If you love stories that make you believe in second chances, like, share, and subscribe to Love and Us for more moments that stay long after the words fade. Tonight's story, When the Lights Turn Amber. Because sometimes, the city keeps your secrets. And sometimes, it gives them back. The city had never looked so gentle. Maybe it was the Halloween haze, or the way the streetlights shimmered amber instead of white, as if the night had decided to blush. Lila walked alone, coffee in one hand, her scarf wrapped too tightly. The air smelled of roasted chestnuts, rain, and memories she hadn't wanted to remember. 3 years. That's how long it had been since she'd seen Ethan. 3 years since the fight that ended everything, in words neither of them meant but both believed. Now, here she was, passing the same bookstore they'd once spent hours in, the same one where they argued over which poetry book to buy. She smiled faintly. It was closed now. But in the reflection of the glass, she thought she saw movement. Someone standing just beyond the corner, facing away, wearing a dark coat. Tall. Still. Familiar. Across the street, the cafe where they first met was open, the Lantern Room. Lila hesitated before crossing. Inside, warm laughter, flickering candles, and pumpkin-shaped lanterns hung from the ceiling. She sat by the window, letting the steam from her cup fog the glass. Outside, the amber streetlight flickered again, once, twice, like it was winking at her. She chuckled softly. "City lights flirting again," she murmured. Still talking to the lights, huh? The voice froze her mid-breath. Ethan. She turned. He stood there, same dark coat, same gentle smile, but softer now, like he'd spent years learning how to be quiet. The world around them faded for a moment. The city noise blurred into background static. "Hey," she whispered. "Hey," he replied. It was the simplest word, but it carried everything: the apology, the ache, the maybe. He sat across from her. They didn't speak for a while. The rain outside began again, tapping softly like it was keeping time for them. The cafe door opened. A woman in a long grey cloak walked in, carrying a single amber lantern. She smiled at the room. No one seemed to notice her but Lila. The woman walked up to their table and placed the lantern down gently. "For you too," she said, her voice lilting, soft as autumn wind. "It remembers things that hearts forget." Before either could respond, she turned and left, disappearing into the street like she'd stepped out of a dream. They stared at the lantern. It wasn't electric. The flame shimmered naturally, gold with a hint of violet at the edges. Ethan chuckled. "That's weirdly specific Halloween decor." Lila tilted her head. "We used to collect things like this. Remember?" He nodded. "Yeah, you said amberlight made everything look honest." The lantern flickered, brighter, almost listening. They talked. About nothing and everything. About the years between them, where they went, who they became. She told him about her new art studio. He told her about the late nights composing music that no one heard. They laughed over burnt toast memories and silent movie nights. And as they talked, the lantern's glow grew warmer, softer, until it wasn't just lighting the table, it was lighting them. People passing outside glanced in and smiled without knowing why. Ethan leaned forward. You ever think maybe the universe gets bored of waiting for us to fix things ourselves? She smiled. Maybe. Or maybe it just sends weird ladies with glowing lanterns. He laughed, the sound she'd missed the most. Outside, the Halloween parade passed. Children in costumes ran past the cafe, their laughter echoing like fireworks. Lila glanced at her watch, 11:59 p.m. When the clock struck 12, the lantern's glow shifted, deepening, turning from gold to a glowing amber heart. She gasped. Ethan's eyes widened. Lila, he said softly, it's reflecting us. In the glass, instead of their reflections, they saw the younger versions of themselves, sitting in that same booth, holding hands, smiling. The moment they'd first fallen in love. Tears filled her eyes. It's showing us what we lost. He shook his head. No, it's showing us what we still have. The flame flickered like a heartbeat. Then a voice, soft, inside their minds, whispered, "Make it right before the light fades." Without thinking, Ethan reached across the table, taking her hand. I never stopped loving you. She smiled through her tears. I never stopped waiting for you. The lantern pulsed once, then twice, and went out. Silence. Only the rain. Only the sound of two people breathing again for the first time. When dawn came, the cafe was empty except for them. The lantern was gone. In its place, a note written in shimmering ink, "Amber means the light that never leaves." They walked outside together. The city was quiet, streets glistening from the night's rain. The streetlights still glowed amber, softer than usual. Ethan looked at her. So what now? She smiled. We start again, before the lights turn white again. He laughed. And just as he did, the streetlight above them flickered, once, twice, and stayed amber. A love that glows some nights, the city remembers. It keeps the light warm for those who find their way back. Because sometimes, second chances don't come from magic. They come from courage, to forgive, to stay, to believe again. You've been listening to Love and Us. If this story made your heart glow a little warmer tonight, like, share, and subscribe to Love and Us for more stories that remind us that love never really leaves. Until next time, keep your lights amber.
There's something strange about this town in October. It doesn't just celebrate Halloween, it becomes it. Every street corner glows under strings of lanterns. The smell of cinnamon and pine mixes with rain-soaked leaves. Old stone buildings wear ivy-like memories, and the entire world feels dipped in amber light. For most people, it's magical. For me, it used to be. This year, I wasn't sure if I could face it. A year ago, everything changed. The engagement, the breakup, the quiet that followed. And though time moved forward, my heart hadn't. It stayed frozen in last year's October. So when the flyers for the Maple Hollow Lantern Festival appeared on the cafe window, I walked past them. When my friends texted, I said I was busy. And when the radio mentioned the masquerade dance, I turned it off. But fate doesn't listen when you say no. The night before Halloween, someone left a silver mask on my doorstep. It was beautiful, smooth, simple, and tied with a ribbon the color of moonlight. There was no note, but something in my chest, that small voice I'd been ignoring for too long, whispered, "Go." And somehow, I knew I would. The festival was alive the moment I arrived. Music swelled through the air, violins, tambourines, and laughter echoing between the old brick walls. Rain fell softly, blurring lantern light into a sea of gold and orange reflections on the cobblestone. Children in painted masks chased each other through puddles. Couples huddled beneath umbrellas, sharing secrets between drops. And in the middle of it all, I stood, still, uncertain, hidden behind my silver mask, wondering why I had come. That's when I saw him. He was leaning against the clock tower, where the light hit just enough to outline him but not enough to reveal him. His mask was plain black, no decoration, no shine. But it suited him, quiet, mysterious, and just slightly lonely. He wasn't part of the noise or the laughter. He was watching, not in a way that felt intrusive, but like he was waiting for the world to slow down enough to join it. When his eyes found mine, something inside me shifted. A pulse of recognition. A strange, gentle ache, like déjà vu in the shape of a heartbeat. He didn't smile right away. But when he did, it wasn't practiced. It wasn't polite. It was real. And it was enough to make me take a step forward. "Do you always watch from the sidelines?" he asked, his voice low and calm, a little rough, like he'd spent too long keeping quiet. "Only when I don't know where I belong," I said. He tilted his head. "Maybe you belong right here." The words shouldn't have meant anything, but under the sound of rain, they did. He extended his hand, gloved, steady, waiting. "Dance with me." I hesitated. My instinct was to pull back, to keep the distance that heartbreak teaches you to protect. But something about his tone, gentle, not demanding, disarmed me. So I placed my hand in his. The music changed, a waltz, slow and old-fashioned, full of violin and rain. As we began to move, the crowd blurred around us. He was careful at first, keeping the space respectful, letting me find the rhythm. But the longer we danced, the more I forgot everything else. His hand on my back felt warm through the layers of fabric. His presence felt safe, not the kind that traps you, but the kind that lets you breathe. I hadn't realized how long it had been since I'd laughed. But when he spun me under the lantern light, a laugh escaped before I could stop it. He smiled. "There it is. There what is?" The sound of someone who's coming back to life. When the song ended, the crowd erupted in applause. Lanterns swayed overhead, scattering golden light like confetti. But he didn't let go. "Would you like some cider?" he asked. I nodded. "Only if it's not too sweet." "Then you're in luck," he said. "I know where they keep the good kind." We walked through the narrow streets together, rain still falling in soft whispers. Every window glowed. Every face we passed wore a mask, some glittering, some simple, all mysterious. But beside him, I didn't feel like I was pretending. He told me his name, Evan. He'd grown up a few towns away. Moved here last year after his father passed. Said he liked the quiet, And you? He asked. I used to love this town, I said. Then life got loud. Sometimes, he said softly, we forget that quiet doesn't mean empty. We ended up near the bridge where the lanterns were being released into the river. Hundreds of tiny flames floated downstream, each carrying someone's wish, flickering hope set free on water. Do you believe in wishes? I asked. He thought about it. Not really. I believe in timing. Timing. He nodded. When something's meant for you, it waits, even if you walk away from it. I looked at him, rain in his hair, eyes reflecting the light of 1,000 tiny lanterns, and felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Peace. May I? He asked, fingers brushing the edge of my mask. I nodded. He untied it slowly, carefully, as though he were unveiling a secret. The air felt cold on my face, but the look in his eyes was warm enough to undo me. Then he took off his mask, and for the first time, I saw him. Not just his face, his expression, his gentleness, the quiet gravity of someone who'd known loss but still chose kindness. You're not what I expected, I said. He smiled. Neither are you. We talked for hours after that. About small things, favorite books, old heartbreaks, what we'd do if we could start over. About big things, fear, hope, the ache of loneliness, and the courage it takes to still believe in love. He told me he came to the festival every year, not to dance or celebrate, but to feel surrounded by people again. I guess it's easier to hide when everyone's already wearing a mask, he said. That line stayed with me, because he was right. We all wear them, smiles that hide exhaustion, strength that covers pain, confidence that conceals fear. But under the lanterns, under the rain, all of that fell away. And what was left was honest. When the festival began to fade and the music softened into silence, he walked me home. Neither of us wanted the night to end, but both of us knew it had to. At my doorstep, he stopped. The rain had almost stopped too, just a soft drizzle now. He reached into his coat and handed me a folded card. Open it tomorrow morning, he said. Promise me. I smiled. You're not going to disappear like a storybook ghost, are you? He laughed quietly. Only if you stop believing in me. And then, before I could answer, he was gone. The next morning, I found sunlight streaming through the window. It had that golden, forgiving hue only November mornings have, the kind that tells you something good is about to begin. The silver mask sat beside the folded card. I opened it carefully, the edges still damp from the rain. It read, "You don't have to hide anymore. Meet me next Sunday. No masks. No festival. Just us." I pressed the card to my chest and smiled. The kind of smile that feels like breathing for the first time after holding your breath for years. 1 week later, I went back. He was there, waiting by the clock tower, no mask, no crowd, just that same quiet warmth in his eyes. And as we walked together through the empty square, leaves crunching under our feet, I realized something simple and beautiful. Maybe love doesn't arrive in fireworks or fate. Maybe it arrives quietly, in the rain, behind a mask, in the courage to let someone see you. Every Halloween since, we've gone back to that festival. Same lanterns, same music, same rain. Only this time, when we dance, there's nothing left to hide. Because love, real love, doesn't need a disguise. It just needs a night brave enough to reveal the face behind the mask.